It's time to practice another topic, the passive voice. But after that, let's go to warming up with this kind of exercise when you have to join the correct definition for these idiomatical expressions, and they are the definitions. Don't forget, guys, the idiomatical expressions are simple words or phrases that in other country they are so very common to use them. For example, fall behind, could afford, pass with flying colors, drop out. You have to join them. Very good, guys. The number one is fall behind. Not to move as quickly, not. Be as advised of others, for example, fall behind. What about cut out colors? Cut out for. Cut out for. It's talk about unearned, in other cases, to have natural abilities for something. And what about pass with flying colors? Do very well. No bad. I won. And what about drop out? Took it school lift. My dream is drop out now. Yes, it's your dream. I will be there with the next group. Very good. Next point, guys. It is talking about the passive voice. It is a very easy structure to understand. When the passive voice it is in simple present, you have to identify correctly the sentence. For example, the most important engineers blow up. Pay attention because this is the present, past, and past participle. Blow up is the phrasal verb in other cases, and the sentence it is in present for the verb. The great and big bridge of New York. If I want to change the same sentence, but in passive voice, I have to keep in mind this. First, identify what is the subject, what is the verb, and what is the complement. Next time, I use this part of the sentence, the complement will be the subject. The question is, who blew up the great big bridge of New York? The engineers. In this case, the great and big bridge of New York is because it's only one thing. Blown up, you have to use the past participle verb. Who? By the most important engineers. Subject, to be verb, very past participle, by, and then the complement. Very good. Number 2, when you look at the sentence, is in present progressive. It uses the auxiliary and the verb in progressive of gerund. The same sentence. We have to use the complement like a subject. Don't forget, it is only one thing. For the reason the auxiliary is. The other particle that's so new in this sentence is being blown up by the most important engineers. Subject, to be, the verb being, verb in past participle, who did the action, by the most important engineers. Next, identify when the sentence is in past. Look at the verb here, blow up. The same thing, use the complement like a subjective passive voice. The great and big bridge of New York was. Only one thing, was by the singular, were by the plural. Blow up by the most important engineers. Subject, to be simple past, verb past participle, after that by, and the complement who, by the most important engineers. The same will be happen when the sentence is in future. Pay attention with the auxiliary and the verb simple present. Use the same complement in the simple sentence in future, like a subject. The great and big bridge of New York will, but in this case use be, will be blown up, the very past participle, who, by the most important engineers. The same happened in the present perfect. You have to use in this case the auxiliary and the very past participle. This is the sentence, the normal sentence, the active voice. And this is the passive voice. The great and big bridge of New York has been, only one thing. It is only one. Use has by singular and have by the rest of the personal pronoun. After that, the verb in past participle, blown up. Has been blown up. Who? By the most important engineers. And the same happened in the past perfect. Only one thing happened. Had the auxiliary change. Alright guys, I hope this kind of video will be useful for you. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Don't forget the structure.